Warning. The following program is recorded live and is not intended for children. This program may at any time contain graphic and disturbing content that may be against the terms of service and unsuitable for some viewers. The themes and opinions expressed in this program should be considered entirely fictional and an active disinformation campaign, and therefore psychotic, and should not be used for political or academic purposes. Facts are not checked, and no sources or citations will be provided. Should you choose to redistribute, please do so in good faith. If you are joining us today on YouTube, welcome back to Rainbows and Razor Blades, a show from the void. By the Gregorian calendar, it is currently the 27th day in the 5th month, the month of May, in the year of the Lord, 2022. By the French Revolutionary calendar, it is currently still the first week of the month of Meadows, the month of Perial. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. I'm not French. I'm not really much of a revolutionary either, but it is a revolutionary calendar. It's pretty wild. Ooh. So today, we come live from Albany's Rural Cemetery in Menands, New York. I was here briefly yesterday with a friend, but I did not get enough filming time. Today, my biggest restriction is going to be lack of sleep and, unfortunately, a lack of charged battery because it just didn't charge overnight. So I came in today with about 25% battery, which is as much as I could charge it up before I had to leave the house. So we won't be able to record long, but hopefully we'll have some good things to say. We'll be back when there's something interesting to share. Like maybe this bird up here. Say hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Rainbows and Razor Blades. Today is, what is today, May 24th?
Yeah.
It's May 24th, 2022. We come live from, well, I guess we're not live, but we're alive.
We're here.
From Saratoga State Park, and we're chilling here. And that up there is the bridge to the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, and then all of that is a bunch of, I don't know, mineral buildup. I don't know. We'll be back when there's something else more interesting to film. Said I'd record if there's something cool. So check out these like stairs. You see how they're like stairs? When I was a kid, there was no stairs here. And so the question then becomes, how did these stairs become? Because nobody made these. These are naturally, well, I mean, people did make these. People's feet made these. But the question then becomes how and why? Because yeah, you didn't used to be able to do this. It used to just be a sheer cliff like this. And then over the years, it took about maybe 10 years, because when I was maybe even like 20 years old, these weren't here. But now I'm 30 and these are here. So the question is how in 10 years did this become? And why are the ones at the bigger, why are these ones bigger? That's actually a hint on why. Here is a bigger hint. I'll show you this. I'm all talking to you. So you could try to figure it out. So this comes out of here and it goes all the way down here, and you can kind of look and you can kind of see what's happening if you look really carefully. And so imagine trying to climb this and you could figure it out, how it was formed. Do you got any guesses?
Mineral buildup?
You're absolutely correct on your first try. Yeah, you got it. You got it. And actually, I'll show you the, now that you know it, I can show you like the dead giveaway.
Oh, shit. I can see it on my boots.
Yeah. And so it moves from the bottom of your boots up to the top where people stamp it. And more will build. And then once it creates a flat surface pool, it's more likely to build up there. And so it's a feedback loop. And so this is about 10 years of buildup. Wow. Yep. Yeah, like I said, even 10 years ago, there was none of this here at all.
Wow.
When I was a kid, there was absolutely nothing like that. Actually, when I was a kid, it wasn't even this wide. When I was a kid, it only went out to like here. And then after that was just it was like a sheer cliff up, and there was actually it was like this. It was more like this. Yeah, crazy, right? Just be really careful walking down.
Yeah.
It's also kind of wet, so if you got, well, you got boots. Holy fuck, I'm glad you're on my YouTube channel. Look at these boots. Like, if I didn't have subscribers before, now I definitely am canceled for fetishizing your boots. Jail. That's what they'll want. They'll be like, canceled's not enough. Jail. Horny jail. Jail.
Horny jail.
Horny jail. It's actually illegal to be horny. They come to your house. They knock on your door. We got a report in our computer system that you were experiencing something you shouldn't have been.
I wonder, you know, that was real. It would have come to my house a few times during my teenage years, because Jesus Christ.
That's what they would have told you to worship too.
Yes!
Here, check this out. You see there's like little pine needles and stuff? Well, that's a bad example, but yeah, isn't that wild?
Oh my god, just completely trapped in the mineral buildup.
Yep, and then like if you look at like you see like there's like a stick. There's like a, I'm trying to find you like a leaf, because the leaves are some, oh yeah, here. Like, see how the leaves are getting covered?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, so and it builds up like slowly, obviously. But I mean, like,
this
yeah.
reminds me of an open salt mine that I went to in Bolivia. It had similar shit like this.
Look at this cute tree. Aww. I wonder what type it is. I don't know. More convenient than I thought. So there's 3 plants here. One of them is poison ivy. 2 of them, actually 3 of these plants are not poison ivy. So okay, here's a really interesting one. This one right here is raspberry. And you can be sure of this because you see how it like kind of crinkles in on itself and also has this like little extra leaf that grows. And then the biggest indicator, and maybe like 100% the most important, is all these thorns. So that's how you can tell that this one is raspberry. This one right here with the saw teeth, that's kind of like a little bit more symmetrical. This one is actually strawberry, and it too kind of has the little thorns. So then also this one over here, I actually don't know what this is, but I don't, it's not poison ivy because it's doing this. That's not something that poison ivy does, and also poison ivy doesn't usually branch like this. But this one, and this is poison ivy. This is poison ivy. So is this one. And so is this one, but not the one under it. And the way that you can tell, the biggest giveaway indicator is kind of this like red sheen that you see. And the other biggest indicator is that if you look at the leaves, there's 3 of them obviously, but you see how this one has no spikes, but then this one does have spikes. But then this one over here also has spikes, but they're not symmetrical. The spikes themselves are not symmetrical. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk. I just had the dentist. So you see how there's like one, but not on the other side? So that's not symmetrical. But then this one, you see how there's like, it's always the same amount, and it's also symmetrical. So that's how you can tell that this one is strawberry, but then that this one is not strawberry, it's poison ivy. And this one may actually even be an oak tree. No, I don't know what that is. I think that may be an oak tree. That's crazy that there's so many 3-leaf things that are not poison ivy. And then even funnier, actually over here, this one right here is 5-finger grass or cinquefoil. Or actually, or Virginia creeper rather. I always mess those up. But then this one is poison ivy. I hope I didn't mess any of those up because I would really botch the whole directive. I don't know what this one is either, but this is also not poison ivy, I don't think, because there's no spikes on it. What the hell is this? Is this trillium or something weird? Maybe it is poison ivy and I'm just an idiot. I don't think so though. But this one is definitely poison ivy. So yeah, so that's the whole shebang. So this is lupin, and it's growing in my yard. My brother planted it and he's pretty proud of it, and today it is blooming. If it'll focus. Yeah, there we go. So this is called lupin. It's a really nice plant. This is how you get doxxed. You could if you were in the military, well, or just like someone with that level of strategic thinking and resources, then they could look just at that pool, just at that fence, just at that tree line. Then they could figure out based on the angle of the surface where probabilistically it is. They would also be able to analyze the sound of the kids in the background. And they'd be able to triangulate using, like, I don't know, the plants right here would probably be the rest of it. And you can also see the reflection off of the pool of the sun. So you have that as a point of reference. So with those three things, you could probably figure out where this video was being live streamed from in about 6 minutes.
Really?
That's about how long it would take. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Can you tell by the smell that there was...
What was it? Ornithogallum?
Ornithogallum.
Something like that. Well, it's called Star of Bethlehem. Here we have. And, yeah, I was not expecting to find a flower today that I didn't know. I've heard of it, I just have never identified it. It's so bright, I have to give it shadow. So yeah, this is Star of Bethlehem, found at Albany's Rural Cemetery. Today is May 26th, 2022. I gotta get like a... So I found stone crop too. This was right next to the hawkweeds. Stone crop. And that's what this plant looks like, and then this is what its flower looks like. Friend just found an albino sequence, because they clone. These are clones. They're all the same flower.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So here's another 2 clones of the same flower. So also what you'll find is, like, if there's like a 4-leaf clover expression, you'll find that also cloned. Trifolium pratense, the red clover, is really good at cloning itself. And so, yeah, so this is an albino that has cloned itself. That's so cool. That's so, so cool. So this whole plant, yeah, is albino. Went from only red down there, with a teeny little bit of white mixed in, to only white over here, with a teeny little bit of red mixed in, and then over here on this end is just only white. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy to me. A European horse chestnut. Oh, it's so hard to say for me for some reason. Horse chestnut. But it's kind of a huge tree. Like, this is not a small tree. This is a huge fucking tree. So that's a horse chestnut tree. It's pretty cute. I'm gonna get one close up of the flowers. Horse chestnut. It wouldn't have been good for anybody involved. These are all buttercups. There's so many buttercups. And then right here is a little bit of chickweed. First. And I'm split on what I want to get, whether I want to get pussy toes and strawberry, or if I want to do a large geranium. I don't know what I want yet, but I'll have one of those. This is fleabane. Yeah. Dogwood is already done. The last time I was here, the dogwood was in perfect, pristine bloom. And now it's already done. And I was here not even 10 days ago, maybe?
Yeah, I think they really will get like 5 days.
Yeah, it's not at all anymore. It's crazy. Not even a single, not even one flower. I mean, this was like the most gorgeous tree out here. That's crazy. Learned something today. I have never seen a locust tree bloom until today. Well, I probably have. I just never really gave it any mind. But I think this is a locust tree. Almost positive. The telltale is the spikes, but I'm not seeing any. But also the leaf pattern. Like these, that's gotta be a locust tree. And the bark too looks very locust-like. That's ridiculous. I've never seen one blooming. And the magnolia, that's the pink one from this year. It's hard to tell even which tree it was because it just looks so normal. That's funny. But yeah, every once in a while, every year, this thing will bloom. It's the most beautiful tree out here by far. I like that as like a thing. It's just Fleabane. Fleabane hanging out, doing Fleabane stuff with a butterfly. And a bumblebee. If I want more footage, and I do want more footage, I'll probably come back here alone with my camera, or yeah, with my good camera, and just film B-roll. Hell yeah. So I gotta do a lot of editing tonight to make way for that. Mine's way more punk, fuck them.
Yeah.
They can get their own channel. Well, they have their own channel, but they should have gotten their own name. Like, and I was there first and I was already active, so I don't know why you think adding the word productions is like an okay thing, but like, it's whatever though. Like, yeah, like, and I like, it's honestly whatever. Like the crossover, other than we both like cyberpunk and that they're also nerds and that they're also queer and that they're also like talking and have a video or anything at all, the only real similarity at all, there's not really much, honestly.
Right. The actual content.
It's not similar, yeah. I'm a vlog, they're just like, they're like a Twitch channel, I guess, I don't know. Welcome back to You're Here Forever, a show where you're trapped in the cemetery forever. We'll be right back forever. Well, the bird literally flew away, so that's kind of sucked. All right, let's do, I'll show you where I am first. You know, this is where I am. I'm here. I'm actually on the North Ridge. I'm about 3/4 of the way up. This place is 463 square acres. And I believe it was founded or opened in 1844. And some of the oldest burials here were actually, you know, they were buried here after, but the people were deceased before that. So some people care about that. Other people care about when they were actually buried. I don't really care about either, to be really honest. I care about the flowers. So this is, so I've been saying it wrong. I've been saying cinquefoil, but I found out that it's not cinquefoil, it's just cinquefoil, which makes a lot of sense because uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, like, and I was like, oh, cinquefoil. And then they were like, no, it's just cinquefoil. So I will have to get that double checked. Someone that knows Spanish or English, someone let me know. Is it cinquefoil? Cinco, I don't know. Cinquefoil. I guess that's actually mixing Transylvanian, the Count, and the Spanish person, which you can't do because it's racist on both fronts. This is in, I think it's the Asteraceae family. It's Fleabane, and it's related to daisies. It was in the daisy family, and I don't know if it's Asteraceae or not, but you can tell that it's Fleabane because of these little furs, and because of all these little flowers right here growing around. They look like petals, but someone told me that these are actually flowers. I cannot confirm or deny this information. This is a little bit of a yellow cone flower. Yeah, and actually, I like Fleabane a lot, so I got Fleabane tattooed on me. So, that's kind of cool. And then this one, okay, this is Buttercup. We've probably gone over this one a few times this year, but I like how shiny it is. Next to it, as usual, we have Trifolium repens. Oh, I've messed it up. We have Trifolium pratense, the purple clover, not the white clover. Okay, here, but not budded yet, right here, is, well, it'll get me demonetized, so I'll just call it cat toes. This is cat toes. Ooh. This is prairie phlox, also just sometimes known as like a bunch of different other things, but it's phlox. This one right here, although it is not really grown yet, is actually white yarrow. And then what else do we have? Let's see. Well, nothing in my immediate vicinity. I guess this flower I could show you. This is the Trifolium pratense, the purple/red clover. If the autofocus will, oh, autofocus is locked, great. So it was the face detection button that was like fucking it up or something. What battery are we at? We're already down to 22, so this will not be a long episode. That sucks. I'll have to come back here, but it sucks because it's like, it's not getting late in the season. It's that the season has already ended for spring, and anything I didn't record is already missed. That kind of sucks. I think I got just about every flower that was out here. I really do. I really think that that's true. I had seen so many even new ones, even the ephemeral ones. I got a bunch of them. So I hope that, you guys will watch that episode. I really like flowers. Someone asked why I obsess about the flowers, and it's because I need something to wrap around, right? Like if I'm like yarn, right? And my brain is like yarn, and believe me, my brain is like yarn, and I'm a cat playing with it. I need something to wind that yarn around when it comes out of me. Otherwise, it's the same just tangled mess that a cat creates, right? Like a cat is not playing with reality to make art. So when I am making art, I can't play around with the ideas the way that I usually would as a cat would, just kind of swatting the yarn around. I have to engage with it very differently. And so part of that process means centralizing my ideas towards a focus, right? And the centralization part is actually more important than the focus. Because even if I'm unfocused, and believe me, I'm not, you don't have to believe me, there's a lot of evidence that I'm not a very focused person, but if I have something to centralize around, for example, this is white yarrow. Actually, this is last year's white yarrow, and it smells great. The seeds smell so good. We found out yesterday, and I won't pick them because there's no point because you can't smell it, but we found out yesterday that the leaves kind of smell a little bit, but they don't taste good at all. And the buds also smell kind of already by this point. So it hasn't quite flowered yet. Here, I'm going to flip around. This is another good teaching location because this is new foliage here. Here it is. This is Achillea millefolium, and that is white yarrow. And white yarrow is actually my favorite plant in the world right now, besides like, no, it's just my favorite. This is my favorite plant in the world because it just looks so beautiful, and it's got such a complex fractal design to it, which I really like. But that actually isn't really even why it's my favorite. That's just one of the reasons why I would even think to like it. The reason it's my favorite is because, like, just there's so much about it. Like, look at this. Just look how beautiful this is. It smells freaking amazing. I've never tried to eat it, but it doesn't really matter. I don't know if it's edible or not, but I don't care about that because I don't want to eat it, because it smells amazing, and it's soft, and I can't wait for it to bloom so I can show you, because it blooms and it looks like this, right? This is last year. This is why I love it, because it sticks around. This is last year's seed, and it smells so good. It smells so good. So when it grows, oh shit, the flower will look like this when it blooms, this shape. That's what it'll look like. That's that, and then so this will turn into that, and I really like that a lot. So moving on, we have this is ground ivy. There's not really too much to say about this. It grows like this and is connected, and it will sneak its way over here by what they call, I think rhizome is the word, but I could be mistaken. And then just like right next to it is just like buttercup and all that. So yeah, Prairial, the month of meadows. P.S. There's also chickweed. I didn't see it at first. So yeah, chickweed. And then a little bit of last year's yarrow lignified, and then this year's yarrow growing. Last week we did a similar shot with prairie phlox. You see there's the same tree. I want to highlight the nature of ephemeral flowers because, I mean, you guys remember, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. You see here's a little bit of proof, right? If you didn't believe me, right? You guys remember, and I'll show you the video, and you can look back. This whole entire field was bright pink, right? Not that long ago. Not even that long ago at all. They bloomed very quickly and then went, out of bloom. So these are, oh boy, demonetization. These are pussy toes, and they are incredible. I mean, you can see just by looking at it why it's named that. Like, your cat's feet kind of look like that. similar to a dandelion and a lot of other plants. These are some of the, well, it's a bad example, but they're not quite to seed just yet, or maybe these ones are. Ah, here we go. Let's see if I can get it to focus. See? The little teeny seeds are attached. Oh, fuck you, helicopter. You're ruining my shot. So yeah, so that's Pussy Toes. Someone was like, why do you repeat all the flowers? We already learned that one. Like, you already did a video on that one. I'm just like, you're mistaking what I'm doing. Like, I'm showing the life cycle of the organism. Like, the fact that I'm giving you the name is incidental. Like, I am teaching you the name, but more than that, I'm showing you the process of how the plant self-propagates, how it pollinates. Like, I'm not anything. I'm not an ecologist. I'm not like a historian. Like, I'm just a whack job with internet access. And sometimes I have information worth sharing, and my vision, right? What I can see, what I can process through, what I can understand and appreciate, so too can others, because of this thing. Well, this thing. Hi, like, I don't like this thing. That's why I don't look directly at the camera, because it would freak me out later to look back and edit myself looking at myself. Right? I'm autistic. Like, people meme about autistic people not liking to look other people in the eye. I don't truthfully mind looking other people in the eye. I don't want to look myself in the eye, especially not if I have to edit and like watch myself look in my own eyes, like in meta 2 or 3 times. Like, it just gets to me. It really does. I use it for dramatic emphasis when I'm putting on a show or a character, like hello, right? Like, it's just like weird drama. Like, I do it to be dramatic, but like otherwise, like, I don't like it. So someone had asked me, like, you know, you already did that flower, and actually you've done that flower twice, Sarah. And I was like, okay, but is this criticism, or are you just like why are you looking for things that are bad? Like, there's plenty of things that are bad in it. The fact that there's anything good in it, hey man, at least I'm trying. And I don't actually think that my videos are bad. I think that they're just not good. And they will be good someday, because slowly but surely, each individual part has to get better. It's like leveling up a damn Pokemon. Oh. I tried to bend down quick so that it wouldn't see me, but it had the opposite effect and it saw me. Which, in retrospect, makes more sense than what my brain was trying to do. Like, because, like, it's a bug. Like, it's not measuring in the same time speed continuum as I am. It exists in the same flow of time, but it's at a different scale of order. And so it can process information, like, maybe faster, but like not really any faster than anything that responds pretty much instantly. Like, it probably doesn't have many neurons between its eye, and like they're each individual. Their little eyes sees only like this much. Like, look how much you're missing. Like, I see this all at once, and I see it clearly because that's just what my brain is like. That's what my body does, right? But this phone can't do it. So a bug has basically like a limited field of vision, like this, like very limited, but it has a bunch of them. So it has eyes, a whole bunch all wired in. And then also some of them have these, like, I don't know what the fuck they're called because I'm not a scientist, and I don't know even how anyone would even learn about all this, but people have, and they've proven it, that they have these like certain types of cells that can also like see color. And they see color not as great as humans do, but they do see color. And I think that that's really interesting. And so, like the damselfly, for example, like, it will respond much quicker than like maybe a deer would, right? Because it like a deer is tracking you across like that much space, like real space, whereas a bug might be tracking you that space, right? Like one little, like one frame of reference to the next. If you move across that threshold, the bug's gonna move before an organism in the macro world would move. Does that make sense? Sorry, like I said, I'm not a scientist. Like, I just kind of like accumulate facts. So if you're playing Pokemon and you level up, it gives you, it's kind of fucking stupid actually. The original version is like, it gives you EXP points on a blue bar, and then you level up and it gives you better stats. And the stats go up over time incrementally. That isn't how it should be. There should be a maximum stat attainable that you also then have to directly train without minigame. against monsters and grinds. And kind of that is how it is, but it's secretive and it isn't displayed, and so the game itself is oversimplified. So if you're playing a modded version of that, where you have to train each individual skill that I'm training, I'm trying to level up the grind. Like, I'm grinding my skills. Someone's like, oh, why don't you go to college? I'm like, why? So I could sit in a stuffy classroom and have the same, like, well, actually, like, unless I get one-on-one attention, I don't want feedback from just one person at a college. And I don't want instruction from somebody unless I can get direct, immediate feedback. And generally speaking, you can't do that. Like, if I went to school to, like, learn how to use Premiere Pro, I could put up my hand and wait 45 seconds in a hell room. Like, say my program freezes, right? Yeah, I'm on my own if I'm on my own. But when I'm in school, I'm not on my own. So people think to themselves, well, maybe that'll be good. And maybe I'll earn everyone's respect by getting a piece of paper, and I'll be able to become an editor. And it actually works for some because they actually learn in that environment. But not me. I have to be hands-on. So what am I doing is, like, this is my college degree. I'm in college right now, right? And I'm going to earn more money than you when you graduate, probably. Even if the return is a little bit slower, you'll work for me someday. And the thing is you'll want to. Like, that's the thing. Like, I say it like it's a threat, but actually what it is kind of a promise to the universe. Like, yeah, well, I can't defeat capitalism, and I'm actually kind of honored to be able to pay people under it, because I do have at least a respect for power. And when money, power inevitably comes to me, and I'm able to split that down the line, people they won't beg to work for me. They'll be honored when they're picked. That's already how it's been. You know, I've been a guild leader. I've created forums. Oh, is this rocket cress? This may be yellow rocket cress. I thought it was like now I'm just thinking of Miltank and Melodic because I was thinking about Pokemon. But what I'm trying to say is the sweet clover. Go look up the sweet clover. This is not the sweet clover. This is yellow rocket cress. It is invasive, but, like, I don't really give a fuck about this plant, so I'm just gonna leave it alone because it's just like live and let live. I don't really care. Ugh, we're already down to 15% battery. This is gonna be such a short, shitty episode. Or maybe it'll be a good episode. But I like longer. I'm upset. I want to stay all day. We may have to switch over to audio only. Fuck. They're already gone. Because it said failed to record. Anyways, here's like a weird mutant. Right? They're clones of each other. So it's all the same mutation. It's all the same DNA. Is the same. This is the same. This is the same. And you see it. You see how similar it is. It's like almost like it got some pink mixed in. But it's like half albino. I've never actually seen an expression like this. Truly, I've never seen this before. I've seen all albino and I've seen pink. But I've never seen this color. Oh, okay, so actually I have one more thing I want to record before I put my phone back to black and white. Look how cute this is. This is Morning Glory. Morning Glory is a vine, and it will bloom a white flower. But look, it's climbing up this cute grass. Isn't that adorable? That's so cute. That's so cute. I like this. Morning Glory. The other thing that shocks me is how difficult it is to turn on cell phone lights. How come there's not just like one tiny little button? Just a tiny little button. Right? Or even thumb pad, like primitive IO sensor thumb pad. You put like 4 IO sensors. All 4 of them go off, shebang. It turns the light on. Easy clap, boys. What is this? Donald, some dude and his wife. I guess they're over here now. This is a deer trail, 100%, so I'm not going to walk further because I'm going to get ticks. My friend was trying to tell me yesterday that ticks jump, and I'm like, bruh, they don't. And it turns out that chiggers jump, and I learned that. And they learned that ticks don't jump. Raspberry bush, multifloral rose, or some variety of rose, thistle, white snakeroot? No, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what that is. Virginia creeper, burdock, more thistle, more grass. Probably honeysuckle, I'm thinking. That's honeysuckle. So yeah, that's what's out here in the Jewish side of things. Pretty, wild grape. More creeping ivy, or whatever the fuck it's called. More morning glory. That's pretty cool. Grape is also a vine. Raspberry, it's not quite a vine. It grows similar to a vine, but it isn't really a vine. Is it a vine? Maybe like in technicality. I don't actually know. But I know that it doesn't do the same kind of like wrapping behavior. So this is the same, this is the fleabane again. But like, damn, dude. Look at this. It's growing out of the pavement crack next to some chickweed and some Plantago lanceolata. And, oh, I forget that one. Oh, I forget it. And then dandelion. Shit, I forgot that plant. But that is some intense fleabane. Hot fleabane action. Oh man, it's really blooming. There used to be this dude up here, or this lady up here. She would stand kind of, Trifolium repentance, the white clover. Oh, white yarrow. There's a lot of nice plants here. Buttercup. But yeah, this fell. Kind of sucks. Oh, look, the yarrow. It's starting. Look, it's starting. It's starting. It's so cute. These are the first flowers I've seen of yarrow all year. Yes. Let's go, little dudes. Look how beautiful those are. These are the first of the year. Wow. I knew it'd be any day now. There's kind of an interesting microclimate happening here because of the shade, because of this big rock. And so this violet is pretty late because it's delayed on the sun and also delayed on temperature gradient fluctuation. This is just my assumption. I have no proof of this, but these are the only ephemerals left, and because they're centralized right here, so close to the shade, even I can actually feel the cold coming off of this rock. Or actually, I guess the other way to look at it is that I can feel the heat being sucked away from my hand. I feel the cold air around it. So this is what they call a microclimate. And yeah, I mean, you can see right here what a microclimate can do. So like, I'll show you the surroundings. Like, this is like a big fucking rock that fell, And then over here, we're already in the month of Prairial, right? Like, this is already a meadow. And not quite a full bloom meadow, but gosh, it's getting close. I could kind of see his red head IRL, but it's hard for me to like get a video of it because it's a pileated woodpecker, I think. It could be the other one though. But I can't get a good video of it because mystery flower from like weeks ago is confirmed now. I see it as ragwort. Because this is ragwort, and yeah, this is definitely it. This is the one that I was like, I wonder what this one is that's about to bloom. It looks really cool. And yes, it was ragwort. So yeah, this one is like bigger than usual. So I just wanted to film it because people were like, oh, the fleabane don't get that big. Like, oh, actually they do. They actually really do. This is the first daisy. He's struggling a little bit. He's up. Another little one's about to pop over here too. So, first flower of the year, or at least for daisy. That's jewelweed. believe that this is white snake root. Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's white snake root. And then vinca. Both of these are highly invasive. Oh, how you gonna land on the inside of my glasses, dude? Come on. Go away. Bye. Peterson says that we're good at finding snakes, man. He's not joking. I saw that motherfucker before he saw me. I flinched before he flinched. Fuck that, I'm going this way. I mean, you couldn't harm me, but like, I just don't want to disturb him, you know? Glad I came here when I did. Soon there will be nothing to show. Yellow sweet clover. Low battery too. That's a fast growing ass plant. Anyways, just to update.